Again, I'm a voyeur, so I love it. I'll watch it. I don't.
It was definitely.
Sideshows that would come in and stuff. Do you still do those?
Or yeah.
Oh, and the butterflies, before you get on, you're waiting in line.
Certified free, 7 days a week.
Yo, what up, shoppers? Joe Cimino here with
Marilu.
Hey, Bubbles. Just the three of us. We can make
Hello,
it
Bubbles.
if we try. Just the three of us.
There's
Us
4.
and you, Bubbles.
There's 4 of us.
Oh, now there's 4. Well,
I mean, no, now there's 5.
oh, yeah, 5. 5. Ha, ha, ha. What did we say? Anything more than 4 was an orgy?
Yes.
All right. Well, right now if we don't include Buster, we're just at a foursome. I don't know who else is watching, but whoever the second person is watching, raise your hand, please. Please identify yourself.
Okay.
We actually, it was kind of weird. Was it Thursday? When did we have our CPR class? Thursday?
We had ours last Wednesday.
Okay, so we had a CPR class last Wednesday, and then we have a second one going on literally right now as we're in here doing this for the rest of the staff. So I felt kind of weird dipping out. Like, Bubbles, I'm surprised to hear you say not to include the kitty.
I don't know where he went. Oh, there he is.
Anyway, so it felt weird kind of getting up in the middle of class to come do the live stream. I don't know why.
Now there's 5.
Yay! Now it's officially an orgy.
Excuse me, because I feel like I'm going to sneeze.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
Happy Monday.
Oh, hello,
what's up, Keith? Well, Keith jumping in here just reminded me I wanted to do a quick reminder, jumping ahead really quickly, that this Sunday is Friendsgiving.
It is Friendsgiving here at the club.
And did you order the food already, or getting ready to order the food? I know you were talking about it today.
I'm going to be ordering it tomorrow, if not Wednesday.
So Friendsgiving, it's basically a sort of Thanksgiving-ish potluck get-together this coming Sunday. It's for members, shop members. So if you're a shop member, you're welcome to attend. You can bring a dish. We have a little sign-up on the website. And we haven't done this for a couple of years now, correct?
We didn't do it last year, no. That is correct.
It was something we started a few years back, I think even before COVID. And I actually really enjoyed it. It was, for me, okay. We all generally have had the obligatory family holiday get-togethers. And for some of us, they're great. For some of us, they're not so great. But what I really love about Friendsgiving is that the people that want to be there show up because it's completely optional.
Okay.
And it's always nice to have people come out that you enjoy being around, that you can be yourself around, have fun, say silly shit, be stupid, and feel like you're with how family was meant to be.
Your chosen family.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What's up, Widget? So, yes. So I'm looking forward to this Sunday. I can't believe Thanksgiving is just over a week away. Like,
yeah.
Holy
crazy.
crap. Time sure is flying. That is for sure.
Oh my God. Yes, it is.
I was watching the intro, and because we put the intro together about 4.5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and even the contrast in my hair between then and now. So,
Oh no, Widget. I'm sorry to hear about your foot. I believe you were here for the 4th of July get together, so uh you'll be missed.
well, Bubbles, you now have access to a Friendsgiving that you are in fact invited to. So
Yes.
I think that I don't have that no longer persists. And yeah, that's really sad to hear about your foot. Do we need to pay somebody a visit, or was this an accident?
I thought you were going to ask them if they wanted a visit.
Widget, would you like a visit? I'm a poet and don't know it. Hmm.
Or we going to have to deal with somebody and have them go see the fishes,
You know, I didn't start a slut union just because I'm a slut.
Oh, Bubbles, that's right. You'll be traveling on Sunday.
Well,
We tried.
that's okay. We do have some people who are signed up. I know Keith is going to be there, or at least he's suggesting he is. Unless he ditches me for naked bowling or something.
Naked bowling was last weekend.
They could have naked bowling this weekend too.
Oh, that's true. Good evening, Big Bacchus.
Yes, what is up, Big Bacchus? So this past weekend at Get Rocked, we had a lip sync contest.
For a minute there, it sounded like you said limp.
I did. I did say
like, whoa!
no. Widget would have won the limp sync contest for sure.
I was thinking a whole other different kind of limp. I went in a whole different direction.
Marilu went to the limp that we do not speak about.
Yes. And Mer Sausage is in the house.
Yes, what is up, Mer Sausage? Don't worry, Mike. We all have problems connecting sometimes.
Oh my god. I don't want to sneeze.
But yeah, so Get Rocked, we had our first lip sync contest, not to be confused with the limp sync. Of course, Ronnie comes in at lips. What's up, DJ Rockin' Ronnie?
Hello, Ronnie.
FYI, for those of you who don't know, Rockin' Ronnie will be here not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday for Glowgasm. If you didn't know that already, I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah.
So eventually I'm going to finish the story about Get Rocked. But in that vein, I just checked this morning, and I think we're at 11% left for tickets.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yes. I'll tell you what, they've been flying out over the weekend. So if you are planning on attending, I would highly recommend you grab tickets now. Excuse me. Yeah. Get Rocked lip sync contest.
Yes,
we had a total of 2 entries, which I think made the voting much more difficult, actually. I think when you only have 2, unless one is like really terrible, like it kind of makes it, and both were actually really good. I think that it makes it a little more difficult, but we did have 2 contestants, and I'm actually quite impressed with how it turned out.
Oh, okay.
2 of our staff actually ran the contest. MC did a really great job.
Yeah.
Ronnie is suggesting that the last person to buy a ticket to Glow gets a Rockin' Ronnie gift. Are we letting him know what said gift is? Or,
I was going to say.
Yeah, what kind of gift is this? Are we talking about a Rockin' Ranny koozie? Or are we talking about a laptop, an
Oh, rocking around
SUV?
your laptop. I'm there.
We don't want to entice the last. How about the next ticket purchase?
Okay.
What do you think, Ronnie? What are you giving away?
It's a surprise.
That it is. Is it like a pull my finger surprise? That's what I want to know. But anyway, so contests.
Yes.
I'm sort of an anti-contest kind of person, to be blunt.
Yeah, you are.
Only because I really, I don't know. I guess I look at it from a different perspective. But
Mhm.
the people that participated had a great time. It seemed like the people who were watching had a great time. So
Yeah.
overall, I think it was fun.
That's cool.
What about you, Marilu?
I actually didn't get to see either or of the lip syncing because I was holding up the door and check in so that our other staff could watch.
Hmm.
You know.
Uh
Uh
oh. So Ronnie says, "Okay, the next ticket's sold." Now I've got to look. I got to look to see.
oh. Okay.
Whoops! Oh, just saw a wiener pop into my face. What the fuck? I mean, seriously, that was like boing.
And
Not really.
Widgets is like, he's such a cutie. He
Yeah.
is. Look
Yeah.
at
Why don't you
him.
tell Widget what Buster did today?
Oh,
All right.
he
So
found this.
I can see who the last ticket is. So the next ticket gets a next couple's ticket gets a Rock and Ronnie gift.
Okay. Um. Well, let's see. He decided to pull himself up into the ceiling tiles of our of the building. So I freaked out and was like, I couldn't get him down. And of course, at that point, I didn't know where G was within the structure, within like the building in itself. So I'm like, okay, let me make sure he doesn't like crawl into some other crawl space. In the meantime, I'm like literally calling G. We're in the same building, but I'm calling him on the phone like, get your butt up here. Buster's in the ceiling tiles crawling in through the crawl spaces. So yeah, that was the adventure of the day.
Buster was not so cute this morning
Oh, with you or with me?
with being in the ceiling.
He was on an adventure. I get it, but it was just kind of like, dude, give me some warning here. I didn't think he could get up there.
I didn't
Right.
either, actually, to be honest.
Well, but he did.
Hmm.
Well, he runs around the building like literally off the walls. I feel like every time he's like starts running and he's uh, being very playful, it's like he's literally screaming from room to room, parkour, 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 as he's literally just jumping off of everything. So,
Get a kitten, they said.
hey, we didn't get him; he got us. He's the one that showed up here, like,
We could have very
hello,
easily
people, I'm
adopted
here
him
to
out.
stay.
We could have adopted him out to somebody else. That's all I'm going to say. And I am 100% sure, not 99, not 98, 100% sure Buddy is not happy with our choices.
Oh yeah, that's true. But he's here for now, so
Yeah, exactly, Big Bacchus.
yeah.
Bubble says a surprise wiener can be good or bad depending on the context. What constitutes a surprise wiener?
You just said you had a surprise wiener on screen.
No, I understand that context. I'm saying in general, though, is there like you're walking down the street and a wiener pops out in front of you? Is that a surprise wiener or like?
Hmm. Well, wouldn't that be kind of like when you open up your messages and there's an unsolicited wiener pic? That would be one.
I'm wondering. So I'm actually thinking about this, and because I don't get unsolicited dick pics ever. Like literally, I don't know that I don't think I've ever got one before, but I think I kind of want to get some.
You feel like you're missing out?
Yeah, kind of. Like, I don't know, ladies, if you're watching, am I missing out on the dick pic thing? I mean, like, is there an equivalent? Like, do ladies send out random titty shots? I mean,
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm curious. I mean, Big Bac, listen, so Big Bacchus says someone could bring you hot dogs at a picnic, and that would be that you wouldn't be expecting, and that would be a surprise. Agreed. That would make my mom very happy. She loves hot dogs.
I can't believe you just went there.
What? I
Oh,
said
wait
hot
a
dogs,
minute.
not wieners.
It's 8:21 and someone just bought tickets for Glowgasm.
Who bought tickets? Let's see. Oh, it's a single. Ronnie, can we give away a prize for a single? If he's still watching.
Oh.
Yep. Well, I'm not going to lie. One of the pictures in here, I would say yes. We should absolutely give them a surprise. Okay, yeah. So we did sell a ticket. That is technically a singles ticket. So if we have another couples ticket, hey, we can just keep giving away shit all night, right? I got. Listen, look what I got here. I got 3 very, very valuable things.
Oh, you do?
I do. Ready?
3 pennies.
I will give away one of these pennies to the next ticket that's sold. I hear they're very valuable.
That was my exact thought, Widget. There's all this wiring up there. The part of the ceiling that he was in has that built-in exhaust fan thing, and I'm like, oh my god, what if he sees light and he's like, oh, that's my way out, and he gets caught up there. I was going all over the place with my thoughts.
Mary Lou had a whole movie. Mary Lou had a whole movie made out of it. Buster gets lost.
Well, it would be Buster's Home Alone because he definitely wasn't alone. He just escaped.
Oh, thanks, Big Bacchus. Well, it's 3 cents. Oh, goodness.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so the adventures of Buster and the ceiling tiles.
Mm-hmm.
So we remedied that today. That was priority number 1.
Yeah.
So the misadventures of Buddy and Buster.
That is. Yes.
Yes. For the record, Widget, the fan is on a switch, so there was 0 possibility of Callan getting chewed up in the exhaust fan in the ceiling.
What did you just call him?
What did I say?
Callan.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. He actually looks a little bit like Callan there because he's light colored and that. There's times that I kind of or just reminds me of Callan.
Yeah.
So
of our other cat. Yeah.
But you have called him Dexter quite a few times. You want to talk about that?
Well, Dexter was this miniature pinscher dog that I had, but he was definitely a mama's boy in that, I was his and no one else's, and no one could touch me and no one could anything. That was definitely him. And that's how Buster is sometimes. But he was also very ornery, and he did the whole like parkour thing off the walls, so every once in a while, I just come out with like, Dexter, what are you doing? It's like, oh, Buster, what are you doing?
Buster, Dexter.
Yeah.
What's up, Elise? Welcome to the live stream. You're one of one of 10 people watching. Congratulations. Yay! You are number 10. Tell her what she wins, Mary Lou.
Well, if she doesn't have tickets to Glowgasm yet,
a penny. We're giving away pennies on the live stream tonight.
Anyway, yeah, we have Friday. That was the Get Rocked party, and then Saturday was dun 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 dun.
6 Degrees of Sexuality.
Yes.
And did not fail to disappoint. It was, or
Mm-hmm.
failed to disappoint. It was definitely, it was a good event and
Mm-hmm.
well attended. This one's always pretty well attended, though. So people like that. It's like a little bit of an icebreaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get to pick your wristbands for what you might show an interest in and so forth. So everyone's always like looking to see what colors you have on. Um, I must say though, there must have been a lot of activity because we went through a lot of sheets.
It certainly seemed that way.
Yeah, I walked by the laundry room and I saw that pile of sheets and I was like, wow. It's like, yowza.
People were busy getting busy.
Yes, they were. So good for them.
Sunday was your massage class.
Sunday was my couples sensual massage class. Yes, um, and as always, a great turnout. Uh, it's great seeing members and seeing some new people in the mix
Mm-hmm.
that have an interest in the space as well. So those are always a lot of fun. Yeah, and we.
I did end up giving a tour.
Mm-hmm.
My Google device is talking to me right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I ended up giving 2 couples a tour of the facility, and it was kind of interesting because we didn't get to talk too much. I was just kind of showing them space in that. But as I was giving the tour, it's interesting to watch body language and
Mm-hmm.
how they react to certain things, and who reacts to what,
Yes.
and how they react. But the thing that I like about when you do the couples massage classes is the fact that you get some new people who come in who then are curious about the space. In fact, I don't remember a time where somebody who's never been to the club before came to one of your open to the public events that didn't want to tour the space.
Right.
So there's always a bit of intrigue there. And but it's nice to be able to show people around, answer some questions, and really talk about at least what the shop is like and what the shop is about to people. And a lot of times when we talk about this, I'll ask people, what do you think it is, or what would you expect? And everyone sort of says the same thing. Well, I don't know what to expect, which I think is complete and utter bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think that if you've watched enough Law and Order SVU or Skinamax, at night, or any Showtime softcore porn, you have some inkling in your head of what you think it would be like coming to a club like the shop.
Mm-hmm.
What I like to tell people is that while there are places like that, and there are certain, and certainly Marilu and I have been in scenarios where it is like that, but not necessarily our speed. And the shop is very much a social place first.
Right.
What we're finding more and more, it's less about partner swapping or being with other people, and more about for individuals potentially looking for a long-term partner. Because let's face it, when you have things like Tinder and Field and Grinder, finding hookups can be relatively easy. But connecting with somebody at a much deeper level is really what I think a good number of people coming to the shop are looking for. They're looking, if you're an individual, you're looking for somebody you can really connect with. You may not be looking to get married or anything, but you're looking for somebody that you can really enjoy things with.
Right.
And for those that are partnered, that already have partners, for many of them, it's just about reigniting a spark that's maybe been gone for a while, or
Mhm.
rekindling things, or just spicing it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, uh, do you mind if I read an email that I got on Sunday morning?
Not at all, please. As long as it's not about me.
No, it's not.
Okay, good.
But as part of welcoming new people into the space as new members, I always give out a 15-minute Q&A, and they can book that session with me. And, it says 15 minutes, but sometimes, if the conversation's flowing and everything, I have no problem talking to people for more than 30 minutes, sometimes an hour. And I had actually talked to this newer couple last week, and then Sunday morning they sent me this email, and it reads, "Honestly, Marilu, we were super nervous when we first showed up, but your staff was really awesome. About 2 hours in, we felt right at home, super comfortable, almost like it was meant for us. We really enjoyed it more than we thought, and thank you for having such an awesome business. P.S. The swing set is effing amazing. P.S. Sorry for cursing, it just was that good."
The swing set. That's great.
I know. But those are the things that, one, when I first talked to them and it was virtual, it was like, wow, okay. They're, it seemed one's into it, one's kind of a little nervous, let's see where this goes. And just kind of answering their questions about the space overall.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did see them briefly on Saturday night, but of course, I let people come into the space on their own to see, what their interactions are with other people and with themselves. So I generally don't approach at that point. Um, but to have seen them and then to get that email first thing on Sunday morning, I was like, yay! I'm like, I'm happy they seem to have found what they were looking for.
and that's really what it's about. And when you boil it down to one thing, it's whether you are a couple or an individual or a throuple or more, it really comes down to you. What is it you want? What is it you want to explore? What is it you want to experience?
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to connect? How do you want to connect with your partner? How do you want to connect with other people? All of it's at your at your discretion.
Mm-hmm.
And when I hear stories like that and hear people talk about what a transformative experience it's been for them, that's 90. No, I'm an 80-20 guy. That's 80% of the reason I do it. The other 20% is I love doing this, and of course, this is our business, and we try to make money doing it. But even if I didn't make enough money to retire, and I had to do this until I was 172 years old, I would still do it. I think it's great. I love that part of it. I love knowing that people showed up and then left with a bigger smile on their face than when they arrived with.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, and likely a memory or memories that will absolutely unequivocally last a lifetime.
Yes. Yes. Especially the swing set. Oh my God. No.
So, true story. In the entirety of doing this, I have never, ever had somebody refer to any of our equipment as the swing set.
Yeah. But I mean, I could see I know what they're speaking of. So.
Oh, well, I do too. We have two.
Yeah. But for me, it's like I said, this is one of the things that I get butterflies and like whole body tingles like, wow, we really did something for this couple, and um, you know uh, had them fulfill some of their fantasies, maybe, and or just the experience of being in the space.
Hmm.
As they noted, they felt super comfortable, like they were at home with friends. So that's what we strive for.
Yeah.
you know so
I I want to talk a little bit about the other side of things. I know we
mhm.
talk a lot about the rosiness of the club and the lifestyle and the wonderful things it brings and leads to, but that road isn't smooth. There's always going to be bumps. There's going to be sharp turns. There's going to be hills and valleys and ups and downs and roundabouts and um, merry-go-rounds.
Okay.
um, so it's important, if you're new to this, or you're considering it and you've read books and you
Mhm.
listen to podcasts and you know uh, watched videos and talk to people who've done this before. Nothing really prepares you for it being real,
Yeah.
in many ways. I think for me, um, the being sexually adventurous is what not sort of drew me to this. But even in those cases, when you're um, adventuring, so to
Mhm.
speak, there's going to be things that happen. There's going to be things that you didn't expect to happen that happen. Um, it's just important to understand that, and um, navigating with your partner or partners, if you're in polyamorous relationships or a new partner, we talk about all the time. It's about communicating.
Mhm. Yeah.
And when we mean communicate, we mean effective communication, to where um, you and your partner are listening to each other, hearing what the other person is saying. There's somebody I listen to, and he starts every video or every one of his videos, and he says, "I need you to listen with your ears and not your triggers."
Mm. Okay.
And I always find that interesting because I know for me, there's things that can be triggering, and
Mhm.
they cause reactions. And it's, if you're really committed to this, committed to your partner or partners, whatever the case may be,
Mhm.
you have to be ready for tough, tough, tough conversations. Um, Marilu and I have been there, done it, got the t-shirts, plural. you know um, Bubble says nothing about the lifestyle or life in general is linear, which is something
Mhm.
I've had to remind myself a lot to get through some of the detours in my life. Yeah. um, I've got a good friend who talks about this. He likens it to a tree and tree branches, and he says, as you navigate up the tree, you just make decisions. It's this way or that way, or up and down, or to left and right, and um, yeah, they're just pathways.
Yeah.
And even if you took a wrong path, maybe you went down a path that you weren't sure about, or didn't seem right, or didn't turn out the way you expected, those tree branches intersect, and you can always get back on the path that you're looking for.
Mhm.
So it's just important to keep on going.
It's true.
So
Very true.
yeah. Anyway, um,
Anyway.
mhm. What about you, Mary Lou? Like, I know you talk to a lot of couples and individuals. What do you think? What do you find to be the most common challenge in navigating alternative relationship styles?
Um, I think the one thing is everyone being on the same page. You know, that's always a big one that comes up. Uh, it's like they come into the space or they come into this understanding of they want to try this
Mm-hmm.
and see what it's like. Um, and they're in agreement with that, but then they don't have the next conversation in play. Meaning they don't discuss, well, what does that mean when we walk into the space?
Mm.
And, how is it that we navigate that? Are we both walking in just to see what it's about? Or is one partner like they're jumping in the deep end and the other one's like, whoa, yeah, there's a toe. That's as much as you're getting for me right now. Yeah. And sometimes that is the big thing right after the decision of coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and we always say communication, communication, communication. Oh, okay, you communicated about coming in, you still have to have more communication, more conversations about what this means for you as an individual, as partners, in your marriage, all the other bigger things that come along with it. you know? Um, that for me is the biggest thing that I see lately with some of the people that I have sessions with that are asking what E&M is about.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So it sounds like what you're saying is that a good number of people, a good number of partners or couples sort of start down the path. They say, oh, we want to try this,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't communicate deep enough into it to know, I want to say what the boundaries are. What do you call them?
The
Guardrails,
guidelines,
guidelines.
yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe not even sure what to ask or what to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would imagine, and having talked to other people, um, their first thoughts are, well, I don't know if I can watch my partner be with somebody else. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like the number one thing I hear from people who have never, embarked
Right,
on something like this. It's important to remember that number one, it's not necessarily about being with somebody else.
right.
Number one, especially if that's what's been discussed. If you are partnered and you're coming into a space like this and you're just really looking to check things out, so to speak, and maybe not check things out, but maybe you're just a night out for the two of you.
Right.
You have kids at home. Maybe an in-laws living with you. Or you work a bazillion hours and you just don't get much time out for each other.
Mm-hmm.
The shop can be a place to do that, where you can be intimate, you can dress sexy, you can be amorous with each other, and literally nobody's even going to care about an eye.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it doesn't have to be about hooking up with somebody else.
Right.
So unless that's what you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not like watching a movie on your screen. It's your partner, somebody you care about, somebody you love, potentially doing something in front of you. So it's definitely something to give a lot of consideration to
Mm-hmm.
and communicate about.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
besides communication, Marilu, any suggestions you would give somebody on how to communicate?
I think one of the biggest things too is just effective listening. Kind of like you were saying, your quote,
Listen with your ears and not your triggers.
right? Because a lot of times people, they're having the conversations that they need to have. Um, and then once one of those triggers comes into play, it's, they have a tendency of shutting down rather than explaining why they're shutting down.
Mm.
And once they go into that mode of shutting down, they're no longer listening to the other person. They're not listening to their partner. They're actively in their heads trying to think of the next sentence to say to combat what they thought they heard.
Can I give the sixth grade version of
Sure.
that? So to understand what a trigger is, I think some people don't quite understand what that means. I'll speak from my own perspective. A trigger is something that somebody says or does something, and it initiates an emotional response.
Mm-hmm.
It's generally not even necessarily the thing in the moment, but that sentence, that act, that thing triggers that emotional response from something in the past. And, that gets brought forward. And then in that moment, there's nothing but that thought that this person said something or said the thing, and it spirals into more and more thoughts, and it becomes difficult to get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's recognizing that initial emotional response first. Be like, ooh, wow, I felt that.
Yeah.
And then what was it about that made it feel that way?
Mm-hmm.
The question I always have to ask myself when I'm in that situation is, do I believe that my partner would actually say or do something like that to hurt me or to cause me, some sort of distress, or if it's my partner or somebody else? Like, the majority of people are not looking to hurt people. It's our own triggers that cause us the pain and the suffering.
Yeah.
So, but
Yep.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's tough.
It is, and that's oh my god. Therapist Esther Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
She has this thing where she talks about, I've talked about her in the past of how she says that, jealousy as an emotion is not a bad thing. It's a good thing because it's letting you know that there's something that you are having issue with in your relationship that you need to express. And, hopefully talk about more. Again, communication.
Mm-hmm.
But also, they have a thing about conflict where they say that there's three dominant themes in a conversation that eventually erupts into a conflict. And those are three things that you need to think about. And that's like, was this the theme of a power struggle? Was it, was the conflict really about power? Okay. Is it about trust? The reason that we're having conflict, is it because there's a trust issue? And or are we having conflict because of value? And what they mean by value is, do we feel undervalued by having had this conversation? And is that the conflict? So sometimes these tough conversations that we're also hesitant on having need to be had because the outcome could be something that is so like, oh, not even like a wow moment, like a complete and total head explosion, like, wow, I didn't think it was what I thought it was. you know There's all these shoulda, coulda, wouldas and things in your head about having this talk.
Mm-hmm.
Or worse yet, when someone says, I think we need to talk about something. That for some people, that's like a trigger in itself. And it's like, oh my God, what's wrong? Why do they have to talk to me about something? Ah, they freak out. When really you just have to ask yourself, what's the conflict? What are we coming to the table with? And if anything, there's a resolution to this. There's a resolution to everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to have the conversation first to know what's on the table overall. So, yeah.
Sort of in that vein, it's it doesn't always have to be about a conflict. Having those conversations. It could be in the context of, say, the club, or let's just say there's something that you're interested in exploring with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard this more times than I can count. I've personally experienced this, where you're
Mm-hmm.
afraid, where there's fear, shame, in asking your partner, or telling your partner, hey, I really want to try this thing with you.
Mm-hmm.
For fear of rejection, right?
Well, fear of rejection, and I think that is the biggest one. But I think what also people have to remind themselves is that, let's say, for example, there's something that you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and we're having a discussion, and you bring it up, and my first instinct is to say no. No, I'm not saying no to you as a person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying, I'm not rejecting you as a person. My immediate fears, my own immediate fears, are rejecting the act or the want.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to ask yourself, why was that no so immediate? What's the fear that comes behind it? Once that fear's gone, is this something that's even feasible? Because oddly enough, sometimes the thing that you say no to the fastest is actually the thing that you want to try. But you yourself have the fear that if you say yes,
You might like it.
you might like it, and or you said yes, and because it's what your partner's asking for,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're like, oh well, how are they gonna see me now if I'm saying yes to this?
That's
Like
really
that.
interesting.
It's that like uh oh my God, what do they call it? Mary Magdalene theory. That you as my husband, and let's say we're married and I've given you children, and all of a sudden you see me in this form of sainthood, and you couldn't think
The
that I would,
Madonna complex.
right,
Mm-hmm.
or the Madonna complex, that I would want to do something that's so raunchy and nasty because you're the mother of my children.
Clearly, you don't know me well enough.
Oh, well, one, I've never given you children, so I have no
Yeah.
problem. But in saying, some people have that ideology in their heads, and then they think, oh my God, well, if I say that, yes, I want to do that too. What are they going to think of me? Am I taking myself out of that, being on a pedestal aspect, and now I'm kind of like, where do I fall in line with this? And it's really interesting how, let's face it, sometimes our fears run our lives.
Sometimes.
You know,
I've been running out of fear for 50 some years.
but for me, it's interesting to hear, in talking to couples and or just individuals in general, when we get down to the what it is that you really want, and they'll tell me, I really want this, I want to try this,
Mm-hmm.
but, and it's like, no, take the but out of it. There's no but. I'm like, the minute you say but, you negate what you actually want,
Mm-hmm.
and you're bringing shame and or fear back into the picture.
And
And then
it's always your own shame.
mm-hmm.
If it's coming from your lips, if it's coming from your mind, it's your shame.
Yeah.
Or shame that you've adopted from somebody else.
Correct.
Because if there's a conflict, here, this is now we're getting into brain shit. The conflict, if there is a conflict, it's because you want it.
Right.
And because you want it, you wanting it is in conflict with some predisposed notion or shame or guilt or fear that you don't deserve that, or you shouldn't have that, or it's not right for you to have it. But the mere fact that you're even having the thought means that you want it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in there. It's in there somewhere. So, well.
Yeah. So, listen, people have asked about the club and like how it started and blah 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 blah. I can walk you through how it was started.
Yeah.
But what I don't talk a lot about is the actual reason it was started. And we're talking about guilt and fear and shame and all those things. When I was beginning this journey for myself, there weren't spaces that were friendly or open to men like me. As a bisexual man, or a man who is exploring bisexuality or pansexuality, there weren't really any spaces for that. I'm not a gay man, so I could go to the bathhouse, but that wasn't necessarily what I was looking for. And any of the clubs that were around were very, very much heteronormative. My first club was started to specifically for me to be able to feel comfortable being me. What I didn't know is when you start your own business this way, you don't get to actually be you the way you thought you were going to be you. Your sexuality in some ways takes a back seat to running a business.
No.
But I'm grateful for having been able to do this and be a part of it and create a space that's not only safe for me, but safer for me, or feel safer, but safer for others.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. True.
Anyway, I know we talked briefly about this coming Sunday. Was there anything you wanted to add to about Sunday before we go backwards and talk about Friday and Saturday?
No, I'm just, Sunday for me, like Friendsgiving and 4th of July get-togethers and the summer get-togethers where the club isn't actually open. Those are the ones that I look forward to the most, because I actually get to interact with the members and like sit down and have conversation and so forth. So I hope that we get to see quite a few of you out here on Sunday with your chosen family. And on that note, I'm going to let you finish out because I need to go check in on my CPR class.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Marilu's dipping out. Leave me to you guys. Throw me to the wolves.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Right. Bye, Marilu. Well, okay. So anyway, you want me to get ready of Marilu?
Yeah.
I forgot Marilu can't take herself out. So yeah, this Saturday, I'm going to work my way backwards, is the Red Light District Party. And this is just sort of the shop's take on the red theme. And red, we've actually done quite a few times. It's been very popular. So we decided to sort of rebrand it a little bit, and it's Red Light District. And if you don't quite understand it, it's just wear red. We try to keep it simple. That is this Saturday. This Friday is our infamous. We've been doing this for 8 years now. Freaky Friday. It's the third Friday of every month. It's Freaky Friday. If you don't know what Freaky Friday is, it is a celebration of all things kink and BDSM and weird. And if you're into things like that, then Freaky Friday is your jam. Doors do open at 8 o'clock on Friday versus 9 o'clock on Saturday. Trying to think what else. We mentioned Glowgasm, Friendsgiving this Sunday. Glowgasm is next Saturday. We're closed next Friday for the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. And then just really quick, I'm going to run down. We've got December schedule up. DVNC Slay My Name. That's we don't have this put up yet, but basically with Slay My Name, we're interested in what your little what your pet names are. Candyland, Candy Cane. That's Saturday, December 13th. North Pole, December 20th. That's going to be our Christmas party and ugly sweater contest. We will be closed on December 26th and 27th. That's the weekend after the Christmas holiday. And then Wednesday, December 31st, is New Year's Eve, Gatsby After Dark. So it's a Roaring 20s themed event. So Big Bacchus is asking if Central is coming on Freaky Friday. Yes. This month for November, they will be in-house. So they are testing this month. So yes, thank you for the reminder for that, Big Bacchus. Central Outreach does the testing every other month right now. I also want to say that if you do come on Friday, the 21st for Freaky Friday, and you get tested, what I'm asking you, Central Outreach is able to do this testing because they get grant money for specific demographics, specifically for people like myself who are bisexual, sexually active with men. So if you are and you get tested, please, please, please just be truthful. That funding matters, and it's what helps us keep the testing here at the shop, so that if you are male identifying, trans, and you do play with other men, please say so. It's super, super important. So anyway, so Central will be here this Friday, and I think that is it. If you're interested in joining the shop, you can visit bodyshoppittsburgh.com. Click the apply button. It is free. It costs nothing to apply. It takes anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to go through the application process. Once your application is submitted, you'll be asked to perform a quick age verification. We just want to make sure you're over 21 years of age and that you are who you say you are. Especially in today's day and age with AI, anything is possible. So we want to make sure. Once that stuff is done, your application will be reviewed and hopefully approved. Marilu did dip out, but if you are interested in speaking to a board-certified sexologist, you can visit mariluandnew.com. You can book an hour appointment, or if you are a shop member and you're recently joined, you can book a free 15-minute session or 20-minute session with Marilu, talk about the lifestyle, ask questions. As she noted, one of her last appointments ended up running over to about an hour. If she doesn't have anything booked after that, she can certainly spend the time with you. So that is all I got, folks. I really appreciate you guys watching. For those of you who are here every single week, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If we don't see you this weekend at Freaky Friday or Red Light District or the Friendsgiving, we will be back here next Monday at 8:05 Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to hit the get out of jail here button, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the week, and see you again soon. Bye.
Certified free, 7 days a week. That word is pussy good. like you're a prize. Let's roleplay, I'll wear disguise. I'ma park my Mack truck in your garage. Yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass. Swimming in it, baby. Yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass. Pussy. Gobble me, swallow me, drip it down inside of me. I gotta jump out before it gets inside of you. Tell me where to put it, but don't tell what you about to do. Talk your shit, baby, bite your lip, girl. Ask for a car while you riding that dick. Oh, I'm gon' tell you wanna ride. Do a giggle while it's inside. Spit in your mouth, girl, while you looking in my eyes. Your pussy is wet, I'ma take a dive. I'ma tie you up like you're a prize.